Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, October 12th, 2023. Before I jump into the charts as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already, share the content with friends and colleagues, become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those stock picks. Just on Wednesday, we put out a stock pick on CrowdStrike, the American cyber technology company. Earlier in the week, Elevance Health. Last week, I forget, McDonald's and UPS, and prior to that, AMD, NVIDIA. I could go through the whole list. You can check it all out for no cost whatsoever. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So you can sign up for wickedstocks.com and see everything that I just mentioned, all those stock picks still relevant, for free. If you don't like what you see, then you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever, as long as you do so within 5 days. On with the charts. We always like to start with the big picture, work our way into the day. Just a reminder that several months ago, we came off this channel top, presently at 325.09, at the time mentioning that you should allow for the market to fall to channel support that is presently at 241.37. We have tested this channel bottom several times over the last 6 or 8 weeks. It represents our floor of support through the rest of the year, and above which 293.79 remains a 3 to 5 week objective. And the 343.79 channel top over the next 3 to 5 months. If over the next few weeks we were to settle above 293.79, then you can narrow this 3 to 5 month objective to within 1 to 2 months, where we could top out on a quarterly basis. And so that is that, holding above 241.37, anticipating 343.79 in the coming months. That is the big picture. On the other hand, if we were to settle the week, and I don't see this happening tomorrow, but if we were to close any Friday below 241.37 by the required 1% margin, this week's magic number is 238.95, then I see a 1 to 2 month sell-off into the 190s, convergent support equally significant, able to contain selling into the first quarter, and if settled below, would be a significant long-term sell signal for Tesla. But there's no need in going there because we're so far off that mark right now. It's not worth mentioning. Holding above 241.37, a longer-term bullish dynamic remains in full effect. So let's take a look at the different daily charts that we have. I'll mention, I don't know if we'll see these levels today, but 254.05, I'm looking to the far right here. You can see that as a session containment level and a downward pivot point into next week. And I also have 274.96 is the same to the upside, able to contain daily buying pressures and an upward pivot point into next week. We could trade inside the 254.05 support to 274.96 resistance well into next week. These levels could be bumped up to weekly 3-star levels, but I want to keep it light here. Just know that it may be for more than a day that this 254.05 formation can hold. And on the way down today, we might as well talk about the day itself. I have 261.16. This high settlement price from a week or so ago performed pretty well in containing actually Wednesday's lows. I still have it as an intraday support level. And if we break 261.16, I think you should prepare for 254.05 on an intraday basis, well suited to contain daily selling pressures. And I might add, we may bottom out here into next week, and from here rally back to channel resistance that is presently at 274.96. So if we test 254.05, you 3 to 5 day swing traders may have at it and go long in that zone, anticipating then bullish rotation up to this rising 274.96 channel top. That is a 20-point move and climbing with respect to 274.96. So that is a 3 to 5 day swing trade, and you can make the same case for 274.96. I will mention mention that if we push through 269.57, which is our intraday resistance, if you look to the far right, you can see both intraday containment levels shown here. 261.16 downside, I've already mentioned. 269.57 upside, able to contain intraday buying. And if we push through 269.57 today, 274.96 is likely, where a daily high can be made and quite possibly into later week for once tested. Some variation of this 254.05 channel bottom could be unreached within 3 to 5 days or doing so. If we were to close today above 274.96, and I see that as a long shot, but certainly not impossible. If so, this targeted 296.50 formation, then likely, if today, by the end of next week. Remember, 296.50, I'd mentioned at the top of this, the weekly version is 293.79, remains a 3 to 5 week objective anyway, above 241.37. And once again, if we were to close today above 274.96, I think you could see the 290s by the end of next week, where we can top out not only on a weekly basis, but quite possibly into November trade. And finally, I've already said it, but if we close above 296.50 over the next few weeks, this longer-term objective at 343.79, then likely within just another month or two of doing so. Let's get back to this chart here. If we break 261.16, I've already mentioned how 254.05 is attainable, where we can bottom out not only for the day, talking to day traders, but also quite possibly well into next week, talking to 3 to 5 day swing traders who could go long in anticipation of 274.96. But if we do close today below 254.05, the market sets up for yet another test of long-term support. I give that 2 to 3 days, 3 to 5 at the most, closing below 254.05, anticipating 241.37. And that is once again that weekly channel bottom we've tested now twice over the last a month and a half, 2 months. Well suited to contain selling through the rest of the year, and above which I've already mentioned the longer term objectives. I don't see it happening tomorrow, but if we were to close the week below 241.37, it needs to be by the 1% margin for what I call kind of a sell signal reliability, technical clarity. Closing below 241.37 by a 1% margin, we can expect the 190s within a month or two, but not expecting it. Just let the market tip its hand, tell you what to do. When it tests that long-term support, you go long in anticipation of these upper price points, whether you're a 3 to 5 week swing trader into the 290s or a 3 to 5 month near-term investor into the 340s, both of which are climbing at a very similar pace. I am going to leave you with this image here. This is the most appropriate for the day. You've got everything that I've already mentioned. No need to mention anymore. If you need to hear it again, just replay it. That is all I have for Thursday's Tesla. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's Tesla, and you have a great day.